Hey guys, so on this one, question 29 here, we are looking at tree frog populations. And so it says here in the problem that we have a zoo that's trying to reproduce these two different populations of tree frogs, but they're not having success, right? So what we need to do here, we need to make sure that we know about how we classify animals. So what is classification? Classification is the grouping of living organisms according to similar characteristics. The science of classifying organisms is known as taxonomy. And we have a modern system of classification that we use that has 7 levels. The first is the most general, it's kingdom. Then we go down to phylum, class, order, family, genus, and all the way down to species, which is the most specific. In order for a population to be able to reproduce, it has to be a species. Okay, so again, we go from most general up here, right? The kingdom of Animalia, it's got all animals in there, all the way down to a specific species of owl. In order for a species to reproduce, this is the key component here, we need to know the definition. A species is a group of living organisms consisting of similar individuals capable of exchanging genes or interbreeding. Now that is the key here. They have to be able to reproduce. So if you have members of two different phylums, right, they cannot reproduce. If you tried a wolf with a frog, it is not going to work. All the way down to even a genus. If you have a similar genus of tree frog and you try to have them reproduce, they will not reproduce together. They have to be members of the same species. So in this problem, again, they are not able to reproduce, even though they are both tree frogs. They are not members of the same species. Okay, so let's look at our answer choices here. In A, it says that they're the same species but different kingdoms. Well, if they're the same species, then they would be able to reproduce successfully. So that cannot be an option here because we're trying to find why these two populations are not able to reproduce. So let's look at B. They are in the same class but different phyla. So what's wrong with this one is that it's too general. All frogs are in the same phyla, so that means that this one would not be correct. As well as C, we have the same problem here. They're in the same family but in different orders. All frogs are in the same order, so this would not be correct. And this last one here, it says that they are in the same genus but different species. Okay, so we said that in order for a population to be able to reproduce, they have to be in the same species. So they are not able to reproduce, and they are both tree frogs, so therefore they must be different species of tree frogs. So our correct answer here is that they are in the same genus but different species.